Hey, Dakasan here, doing some exhaust work on the Christ the King Ultra Limited bike. Basically the stock sound is and I wanted to open up the airflow. I saw a video where the person took out the end cone, and I'll show you that in a moment, and pulled out the fiberglass and got free flow straight through. And if that's the case, let me do something like that and get some better sound until I can do a more definitive exhaust, like the tail gunners that I'm a fan of on the Armor of God bike. All right, so let's take a closer look. This is a cross section of the exhaust pipe. So let me see if I can keep my hand steady. So at this end, the air is coming in. There's a slight little coning, and then it's got a hole, and it passes through this area. This scribbly is the fiberglass insulation. Then it gets to this end, and again, it kind of cones, but it completely cones and is closed, but there's some slits in here that allow the air to finally get out. So this slows the air exhaust, and the sound gets absorbed into the fiberglass, so it muffles the sound before it comes out, and that's your stock exhaust. There should be one clamp on this end, the circuit clamp, and then two bolts on the top here below the saddlebags that help hold the muffler up. So the idea is undo there, pulls out, and address this. And open that up or cut it out or something. All right. And then that'll get the airflow shooting all the way through and should improve the sound. So as the exhaust comes out, right over here is your catalytic converter. I've seen some videos to basically take that out. You gotta remove the headers and take the whole pipe off, and then cut it out, bang it out, whatever, assuming you don't wanna cut it, take out the catalytic converter and then weld it back. You would still need to disconnect. So it's a lot of work. What they've said is that taking out the catalytic converter doesn't change the performance. What it does do is get rid of the heat that's generated there right by the passenger floorboards. For right now, I'm not gonna worry about that because I don't wanna deal with all of that. What I do wanna do is deal with the exhaust. So on this end, there's one clamp here, and the bolt is right there. So all you do is loosen that, and that's the clamp. And then you have the two bolts here, and then the whole thing should be loosened, and you just wiggle it until it comes off. All right, so we'll do that on both sides, and then we'll move on to the next steps. So I should have done it before so I can have the after, but I didn't get the sound at baseline, but you know what stock pipes sound like. But this is now with the pipes off. I haven't done anything else yet, so let's see what it sounds like. Been able to determine, as you see the walls, that's all fiberglass. So it cones here at the beginning. It's lined in fiberglass all the way around. And then at the bottom is the cone end. Can't see it from here. You can see the cone right there. So they both have the same. they've got that cone on the end with the fiberglass insulation. You can see the cone on the end. So if I can just cut out that edge, drop it, I'll leave the fiberglass, and you should get straight pipes and stop the muffling sound. So, all right, so I'm gonna try to cut inside that circle right there. I'm sorry it's not a great light. In fact, let me see if I can move here into the sunlight and cut right along that edge. All right, so what I realized as I was using the Dremel coming around the inside there is that this is the same diameter as that, so there's no way for it to come this way, and I'd have to punch it out that way. So I started coming up higher with the Dremel, and then basically I kept going through cutoff wheels. So now I'm just going to drill a circle, pop it out, and then it'll just easily slide out this way. So I was going through, like I said, all the Dremel wheels and stuff, and I drilled it so that I could easily cut between them and pop the whole baffle out. I think at that point I was like, oh, well, maybe that's enough airflow to make noise, and I won't have to go any further. So I temporarily put it back on, and we'll see what happens with sound. I put them on. One is drilled, one is not. Let's see if it makes a difference to sound. As you saw, I didn't fully cut them out. I just drilled out a gajillion holes. Got them back on. I could connect the cone and pull out that snow cone. But let's see how the sound is. Fortunately, I didn't do a prequel stock sound, but I'm sure you know what that sounds like. This is Daka-san. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Maybe this helps you on your stock bikes when you're not have the funds yet to do the full exhaust. So if you're not doing the full exhaust, then this is a quick way to get some sound until you do that full exhaust. All right, so once again, thank you, and Daka-san out.